Behind these lovely photos lies an ugly truth. What's up YouTube? This week's video is slightly different from my regular 1/6 scale customizations. That will resume again next Friday. But if you're interested in seeing more of my collection, let me know in the comments and I will make more content like this. Anyway, this is the 15 seconds video I shared on Instagram. From afar, they look awesome, right? You would think that I'd be high on endorphins and admiring my newly acquired haul. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. This was filmed about 4 years ago. At that time, I wanted to make an unboxing video to share it with the community and help promote the work of this particular prop maker. That was the original intent. But as I started to unbox the first helmet, I had a bad feeling in my gut. As you can see, I was looking at the helmet for quite some time. The paint was actually rubbing off onto my fingers. The chrome on the mouthpiece had not dried yet, and there were lots and lots of flaws. At this point in time, I was mentally preparing for the worst. From this video, it looked really smooth and glossy, but upon closer inspection, you can tell that it's really not that smooth. Aside from the chrome not drying and a bubble wrap damaging the surface, the entire helmet looked really rough. And this is actually called orange peel, because the finishing looked like the rough skin of an orange. And when you pay so much for a helmet, I think it's fair to expect the helmet to look like a helmet instead of a fruit. Fortunately, white was actually quite presentable, but after a year or so, the gold paint showed signs of greening, which was really puzzling for me, and I don't know how to fix it. Blue was horrible. Not only was the shade of blue completely wrong, he used gold instead of yellow for the eyes, and the pinstripings were horribly done. Not to mention that disgusting horn, it's too black. Now this is where you could really see the effects of bubble wrap on wet paint. This is a mixture of wet paint being stuck to the bubble wrap and also my fingerprints. What more can I say? The same issues as the rest. By the time I got here, my heart was just broken. You know, it's not just because I wasted so much money on garbage. It's more like I was on top of the world when I received those 6 boxes, but then I fell all the way down the core of the earth within the first few minutes of unboxing. That change in emotion from one extreme end of the spectrum to the other end was overwhelming. And it took me 4 years to finally talk about it. But don't worry, this particular prop maker has since deleted his profile and left the prop making community. In fact, some of his customers didn't even receive their orders, so I should really count myself lucky. Oh hey, you still watching? Why not give this video a like so that YouTube will recommend this video to people like yourself. And stay to the end cause I'ma give you a sneak peek for next week's content. Thank you for making this far. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, enough of my complaining. I made this video in hope that it will be helpful to anyone planning to purchase these life-size cosplay props. The first thing that you should be aware of is the time frame, because you will be quoted a time frame when you order. For example, I was quoted 4 months completion time for all my helmets, but they took a year to arrive. I have since ordered from many other famous prop makers, and many of them could not meet the original time frame. So take that coated Timeframe with a pinch of salt. They can say anything just to make you put a deposit. So you should maybe add a year or two to the Timeframe, because you don't really know what's actually going on behind closed doors. Originally, I thought that the order of completion would be according to when you place the order, right? But that may not be true for all prop makers, because from experience, someone who ordered after you might actually get their prop before you. It's really up to the prop maker. My advice is, if you need the prop by a certain date, maybe for a convention, make sure to communicate that with your prop maker early so that they can plan accordingly. You don't want to tell them at the last minute and expect them to rush out one for you, because the quality of the prop will definitely be compromised. And that brings me to my next topic, quality. I can't believe I have to break my awesome segue for this, but it needs to be addressed right now. There is an age-old argument that is, you get what you paid for. Sure, it could be an indication of quality in the commercial sense, but in the case of handmade props, it's just not a good indication. I've had quite a few helmets from different prop makers throughout the years, and let me tell you something. My best looking helmet is $250. Super smooth, perfect pinstripes, no orange peel, no pinholes, no paint peeling, nothing. And yes, surprise, surprise, this is a $500 helmet that I had to fix by myself. I'm not calling anyone out because they did fix the chrome issue for subsequent helmets. My point still stands. Do not assume that when you pay more, you get better quality. That was my mistake. So what should you look out for when it comes to quality? Well, all the pictures you see on social media, do not trust them. Take mine for example. Those pictures and video I posted look really good, but it's only until you get them in hand and inspect them closely will you truly witness the quality of the prop. And honestly, I wouldn't put much faith on the comments that have been posted on the prop makers page, because most of them don't even own a prop made by that particular prop maker. So if you really want to know the quality, I would suggest you to message people who actually own these props and ask them for their thoughts. People are usually more transparent when speaking in private, and they will let you know their honest opinion. Okay, at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own purchase. Do your research, and once you have placed your order, stop thinking about it. Because the more you think about it, the more anxious you get, the more agonizing the wait becomes. I mean, you can message the prop maker from time to time just to remind them that you're live. Other than that, like I said, it's really up to the prop maker's integrity. I hope you learned something from this really expensive mistake that I've made. Bear in mind that these are just my personal lessons learned. If you have any other lessons to share, post it in the comments below. But anyway, I've since replaced these helmets with an entirely new set of helmets that are more accurate and well made. So if you want to know more about the new helmets, leave a comment and I will post more bonus content like this. See you next Friday. Next Friday? What's happening next Friday?
everything from me.